Hello, and welcome to Fact Retainer. Today's episode was written by Brian, and it covers 10 interesting facts about gladiators and gladiatorial games. Let's dive straight in. Gladiators ate very well. It will come as no surprise to learn that gladiators ate a lot. To help keep costs low, Lannisters, or gladiator owners, would feed their fighters a combination of wheat, barley and beans. These foods were cheap, readily available, and contained enough nutrients to keep the gladiators fighting fit. Because of their diet, gladiators were sometimes referred to as hordeari, which translates to barley eaters. While movies and TV shows depict gladiators as solely muscular individuals, many of them would actually have been considered overweight by today's standards. Being fat was very advantageous for gladiators, as it meant that they had an extra layer between them and their vital organs should they get injured in a fight. The death rate of gladiators in the arena was surprisingly low. There's a common misconception surrounding gladiatorial games and death. While there was a lot of death, it typically wasn't gladiators who died. Prisoners and slaves were often executed as a part of the day's spectacle. Gladiators were very expensive. Their upkeep and training costs weren't cheap. Because of this, it didn't make much sense to have them die needlessly. Depending on the source, estimates put the odds of a gladiator dying during a fight at between 10 and 20%. Female gladiators were real. It wasn't just men who became gladiators. Women used to also fight in the arena. Known as gladiatrices, female fighters used to partake in events on occasion. Although it wasn't all that common, for the most part, gladiatrices would fight using mostly the same equipment as the men. Female events were rare, so little is known about them. However, what we do know is that women were banned from competing in the arena in 200 CE by Emperor Septimius Severus. According to the History Channel, the games were banned after Emperor Septimius Severus started hearing lewd jokes directed at the women. While this may be true, since the information comes from the History Channel, it might be best to take this with a pinch of salt. But what we do know for sure, Emperor Septimius Severus did put a stop to women fighting in the arena. Gladiators received good medical care. Due to how expensive it was to own gladiators, it won't come as much of a surprise to find out that gladiators received some of the best medical care available at the time. While the care available back then is a far cry from what it is now, physicians at the time worked hard to keep the gladiators fit and healthy. Gladiators were only expected to fight between 3 and 5 times a year. This rather low number meant that gladiators had plenty of time to rest up and heal after a tough battle. People often collected and consumed the blood and sweat of gladiators. This practice was thought to cure a variety of ailments, as well as offer people strength and fertility benefits. Many online sources claim that it was consumed to cure epilepsy. It goes without saying that this didn't work. There are also accounts of gladiator blood and sweat being used to make various beauty products, such as face creams. These creams were supposed to keep women looking young. We don't know about you, but we can't imagine it being a very effective anti-aging solution. Successful fighters would endorse products. Similar to content creators today, gladiators would get sponsored by local businesses. These sponsors were very lucrative for the fighters. From food to clothing, various businesses would pay athletes to endorse their product. The better the fighter, the better the endorsements. Free men became gladiators. Some gladiators were free men who voluntarily signed up for fame, glory, and fortune. When people think of gladiators, they mostly think of slaves. And while many gladiators were slaves, some went into the arena willingly. Whether it was to support their family or to become a famous face. Ludi, or gladiator training schools, were filled with men who chose to give up their freedom for fame and fortune. Some emperors fought in the arena. We use the word fought loosely for this one. Almost every recorded account of an emperor taking to the arena was fixed to ensure their victory. It was more of a performance than a fight. Emperors such as Caligula, Titus, and Hadrian will all have said to have competed in the arena. Fights involving animals were rare. While animals did feature in various events in the arena, it didn't happen nearly as often as popular culture would have you believe. Even when animals did take part in an event, it was usually not against human gladiators. Animals would be starved and forced to fight other animals. They'd also be used to execute condemned criminals in a gruesome display of capital punishment. Gladiator fighting went on for more than 650 years. For over 6 centuries, fans would line up to watch gladiators fight it out. The games went on between 105 BC and 404 AD. The games themselves allowed rich aristocrats and emperors and other people of note to gain favour among Roman citizens. They were thrown to mark important events such as military victories, important visits, and even to celebrate birthdays. Thank you for watching. We hope you learnt something new. Feel free to drop any fact-based video ideas in the comment section below. Also, since this is a brand new channel, getting the quality right might take some time. We're always open to feedback. Thanks again for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next video.